So we had one of our biggest red days of 2022 last Friday. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Techman Solutions. I thought I would answer a question I've been getting very often over the weekend, and it's after the significant red day the NASDAQ market had on Friday. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. I hope that you learned something new, and if you do, I hope that you drop a thumbs up and consider subscribing. So I had one of my biggest days, my biggest day shorting the NASDAQ market. I made a little bit over $53,000. You guys can feel free to watch yesterday's video, or I even actually live streamed and uploaded a recap of my trades on Friday. So I upload everything on YouTube and I trade live every morning with my Learn Plan Profit group. And when asking the question of why is the market selling off? Well, Jerome Powell spoke and what he said was worse than expected, worse than what the market thought. Based off of our previous CPI data report, people thought that because inflation was showing that it was peaking, that the Federal Reserve would take a less aggressive approach in raising interest rates. And that's the exact opposite of what Jerome Powell said on Friday. So during that live stream, we actually hosted a live stream watching him speak live. And the great thing about that is that we caught the entire move of this, when volatility really began to get factored into the market. And pretty much what he said was that, they're nowhere close to where they want to be. And yes, although they have seen that because of their interest rate hikes, they are seeing things beginning to slow down, but they're not where they want to, and they want to continue to front load interest rate hikes more now than ever before. So it was expected, or the expectation in the market was that he would raise interest rates 0.5 percentage point. Now it's expected that he's going to stick to the 0.75% and or maybe a full percentage point, because their intention is still to front load interest rates. Now, where does this leave us with the overall market? Well, for those that follow the overall NASDAQ market, this is the NASDAQ future, and this huge red series of candles that you see here, as you can see, it's one of our most significant red days that the NASDAQ has experienced in the past couple of days. And with that being said, where are we at? Are we going to continue to sell off on Monday? One thing that I do want to remind you is, if you are unaware of this, NASDAQ futures open up around, for Eastern time, maybe around 7, but I know Arizona time, it's around 4 p.m. Arizona time that NASDAQ futures, or just futures market in general, open up. And the great thing about this is that we will then be able to see where the market is at. So during today's live stream for our Sunday Stock Talk, by then I will be revisiting this and see where the market is at, to see if we are even deeper in the red, or if, because we sold off so much on Friday, that we actually end up being in the green. One of the things that I want to remind you is that the way that the market has been working for the past couple of weeks, as the market's been trying to recover, is that it's been on a consecutive green streak, that when it's on a streak to either hit a new milestone, it just adds for more buying pressure. Now, this is the opposite. When we're at a specific milestone of being, so close to the end of the month, the milestone could be like that we've given back everything that we've gained for the month of August, right? And with that being said, if more selling pressure gets factored into the market because we're so close with that expectation of giving it all back, then it wouldn't really surprise me if the market continues to sell off. But nonetheless, there's no reason to try to predict the future. Our focus is to try to prepare for it every single time. This is why the only people that get upset when the market sells off are those that did not prepare. And the only way that you can prepare is making sure that you have cash available, that if the market does end up dipping, that you're at least able to take advantage of those cheaper dip buy opportunities for maybe some long-term plays. And that's what I'm most excited about, is I truly do not care if the market sells off more and or if the market begins to recover. I just want to make sure that direction is clear. I'll pick the side, and then I'll average up into my position, depending if the market's bearish or depending if the market is bullish. Again, unemotional about the market, and regardless of what it does, I am here to take advantage of any opportunity. I simply want to see a clear direction. Now, one of the last things that I quickly wanted to chat about is we've been seeing the VIX index, which is known as the fear or volatility index, begin to rise. So we're on this consistent downtrend, and this is what has been making the market, rise. So for those that are unaware of how to read the VIX index, anytime that the VIX rises, the markets fall. Anytime that the VIX falls, markets rise. And you can see that on Friday we had a significant green candle and we've been rising ever since. So it's going to be exciting to see that once the VIX begins to open up on Monday, to see if it begins to rise or begins to fall. For those that are unaware, again, this one traces the S&P 500 and it traces volatility, which is also correlated to overall fear. When fear is being injected into the market, meaning VIX is rising, you're most likely going to see markets continue to drop. Now, the last thing that I did want to let you guys know is on Monday 29th, which is tomorrow. This is at 2:15 p.m. We are going to have Vice Chair Bernard speaking. And again, I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. So this is going to be at 2:15 p.m., which, if I'm not mistaken, is about 1 hour before the market closes. So if you see some form of volatility about 1 hour before the market opens, then now you know why. So again, something that we'll follow up with this and we'll talk a little bit more about in our Sunday Stock Talk. Just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of these different levels that we are currently trading at and what's to come in the next couple of days, especially after dropping 4% in just one day. Again, one of the most significant red days that the NASDAQ market has experienced in 2022. So very excited to follow up. I'm excited to see if we begin to show signs of a support, or if the selling pressure continues, then that means that I can just begin to add more to my short position and make more money as the market sells off. The focus should always be to not be opinionated or emotional on what side the market chooses, but just to simply be prepared. So again, if you guys have any questions, I hope that you guys know that you can always send me a message via Discord, and that's that first link down below. If you guys want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, click the second link down below. We're running one of our biggest sales. It's $150 off, especially if you've been waiting for our biggest discount. This is it. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you get to watch me trade live every single day. And again, that's that second link down below. Hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.